welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney. Today I am at the Dollar Tree to pick up some items to make some more easy spring and Easter DIYs. So let's go. For this DIY, start with a wooden round from Dollar Tree and take your favorite color of brown paint, whether it's a brown stain, brown wax. I'm using Truffle Waverly chalk paint and I'm going to paint this whole thing with one coat. While the wood round is drying, grab yourself a silicone ice cube tray, and this one is the bunny one. I'm going to fill 2 of these with some hot glue. One of my favorite hacks about these silicone trays, especially at Christmas time, is I love to use colored glue sticks, and the question I get most often is how do you change colors without wasting glue? Well, if you've got some of these silicone trays laying around, I squirt it into these silicone trays, and then I've got them. I can use them as magnets, I can turn them into thumbtacks, or I can save them and use them like this, where I'm going to end up painting over it. While the bunnies set up, I'm going to paint these wooden carrots, also from Dollar Tree. The orange part will be the color Monarch by Deco Art, and then the tops of the carrots I'm going to paint with the color Green Foliage, also by Deco Art. Once the glue is dry in your mold, simply just pop it out. I took mine outside and I gave it a coat of white spray paint just to act as a primer on it. And then for the bunnies, I am painting them with a gray color, and then the paws as along with the tail will be white, and then of course I'll add the little pink accents in as well. For the little carrots, I am grabbing some greenery and I'm going to add some of this to the top just by cutting little leaves and hot gluing it. I feel like it's just a small little detail that definitely amps up and gives a bigger impact on these carrots. For the carrots, I wanted to make them look like they were coming up from the ground, so I just placed my bunnies so I knew that where my carrots would go. I grabbed my miter shears and I very easily just cut the tips of the carrots off. I kind of just did different heights. I wasn't trying to make it all uniform, and I did that so that way when I hot glue them down to the base, it will definitely look like the carrots are popping up from underneath the ground. With my carrots down, I'm going to grab my glue gun and apply some glue to the wooden round, and then use some of the Dollar Tree moss and just attach that directly to the wooden round. You could also use some of the green moss if you'd rather go with that look. You certainly could do that as well. I trimmed up the moss so it didn't look so willy-nilly, and now I'm grabbing the bunnies and I'm just going to put some hot glue on the base of those and attach it directly to my wooden round. I have grabbed 4 of these little half wooden round beads. I got them on Amazon and I've had them for a while, and I'm going to hot glue those to the bottom of the base just to let this sit up just a little bit. And then the finishing touch to this is to make a little sign, and to do that I grabbed some of this chalkboard sticker paper that Dollar Tree has, and I had a little wooden piece. I cut a piece of the chalkboard sticker paper to cover the little wooden piece, and then I just hand wrote "carrots for sale." If you have a Cricut, you could use that, or you could do stickers if you wanted to, but I just used chalk marker. Struggled a little bit with getting my pen to work, but I finally got it to work. And then for the base of the sign, I'm using 2 tower blocks that I glue together, and then I'm going to attach the carrot for sale part kind of crooked on it just to make it a little more whimsical, and then hot glue my sign directly to this wooden base, and it's good to go. For this DIY, you want to grab a 4-pack of these little silver candy dishes, nut dishes. I mean, they could be really anything. And you're going to take 2 of them and glue them together. Now, I'm just going to use hot glue to glue mine together, but you certainly could use a more permanent glue. Then you want to paint them. I'm going to go ahead and just use chalk paint because the white spray paint I had in the garage was just not working very well. But I would recommend, for the easier way, to definitely go ahead and spray paint it. Now you want to grab some wooden beads. I've got these 8mm wooden beads that I'm going to string up on a piece of twine. I'm going to do 2 sets of 30. This is customizable, and I'll kind of show you in just a minute what I mean by that. It's time to wrap the beads around your 2 pieces here. Now this is where it's customizable. You could do one look where you just take some beads and it's strictly just kind of single file wraps around the center. But I kind of wanted to have, I guess you could call it like a tassel effect, where I had some beads kind of dangling down in the front. So you'll notice that my beads are still attached to the twine. I haven't trimmed it off. And the reason being is I'm going to wrap this around the 2 pieces, and then I'm going to tie a knot. And then that, by not having it already like sized, I can pull 4 beads down on each side and have them hanging down. It's time to go ahead and secure the beads. So I'm going to double knot at the end of each little section of 4. And then I just frayed the twine to kind of give it a little something extra. With this one completed, I'm going to do the same process on my second one. Now for these, I decided I'm going to use them as a spring floral kind of display. So I'm going to put some foam into these, and then I'm going to put in some pink and yellow and purple lavender. I got these huge bundles from Amazon. But here's the thing about these little dishes. You could certainly use these year round. So you could make a spring one, you could make a Christmas display. You could actually turn these into candles as well if you wanted to, by melting some wax from the Dollar Tree candles and pouring it in here. So there's a lot of options of how to use this little base, but I absolutely loved how it turned out. It's just kind of a staple piece that you can definitely do many things with. For this project, we're going to be working with this home sign from Dollar Tree. Now, I know I posted about this on Instagram. So many people have not been able to find it. I had a lot of different ideas for this, and I wish I had grabbed more because apparently this sign is hard to find. But anyway, I'm going to start by taking off the greenery from this. I'm just using my heat gun to loosen up the glue and then pull that off. And then I wanted to separate these letters out. So it was easy for where the H and the M connected. I just used my miter shears and it snipped right through it. And then where the O and the E and the other side of the H and the M, I started with my miter shears, but then I couldn't get them in there. So what I ended up doing was taking my hobby knife and I scored it enough to where I could just snap it apart. With the 2 sets of letters separated, I have one of these mirrored house sticker sets, also from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to grab 2 of the smaller houses, just pick 2 of them. There's 3 small houses total, and I'm going to paint one of them pink and one of them purple. I want to add some florals back to this O, so I grabbed that purple and pink lavender that I used in the previous DIY, and I just cut pieces and started to hot glue it, little snips here, little snips there, and just put it around there until I liked how it looked. We need to make a stand so that our home letters will sit up on that. And to do that, I grabbed 9 of these tower pieces and I just used some brown wax to stain those, and then I hot glued the pieces together. I want to define these letters, so in my mind, I grabbed some green paint and I'm using this and thinking, okay, as I'm doing this, I'm like, I really don't think I like this. But I did the whole H, and after looking at it, I realized, okay, not really a good match for this. So I paint over the H and then just grab some pink paint, and I'm gonna define all the letters with the pink paint. Now for the little houses that I painted purple and pink, the purple one's going to go on the M and the E, and the pink one is going to go on the H and the O. Now looking at this, I'm not quite sure. I might go back in and fill in those letters with pink paint so where it has a white border around it, but I just needed to get this attached to my base. Super easy. Grab your hot glue gun, glue down the H and the O. You're going to want to put a little glue on the edge of the O and then glue down the M and the E as well, but certainly you could turn this into a key holder. I've made a couple of those. I was thinking about that. I've got some ideas with fairy lights and trying to light this up, so I'm going to keep messing with it, but for now I'm going to leave it like this. And let me know down in the comments, would you go back in and fill in those letters with paint? Now this DIY, super easy, practical thing that you can make and use. You can gift it. You want to start with a 4-pack of these spoons from Dollar Tree and some spring colored paint. I'm going to be using pink, purple, green, and blue. I'm going to tape off some different designs on the handles of these just using washi tape. Now I'm going to use a couple of coats of paint to get these painted, let them dry really, really well. And the key here is you definitely want to seal them with some of the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. There is a Mod Podge that is dishwasher safe. Now I will say this, I probably would still not put these through the dishwasher. I would hand wash them, but by sealing them with that Mod Podge, you'll be able to use these during this spring season, and you certainly could make an entire set for every holiday. And there we go, another round of Easter and spring DIYs. Let me know down below in the comments which one of these was your favorite. I always love to get your feedback. It kind of lets me know what you guys like to see on my channel. Also, let me know this. I know we're in spring right now, but when do you start decorating for summer? And if you do decorate for summer, what do you typically decorate with? Lemons, watermelons? I'm just trying to get some ideas. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Here are some more videos that you might enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!